Okay. Good evening and welcome to the West Midlands Region Awards. You met Chris Jones earlier. He's had to leave earlier to go to another event. That's a picture of me on the far side. How many years ago was that? 12. Yes. Those you recognise the background, that's London 2012, 12 years ago. The hair has changed colour, but the rest of me looks the same. Okay, who am I? I am the Vice Chair of Birchwood Harriers, and part of that role I've been on the West Midlands Regional Council for about 6 years now. I'm the Chair, and I'm assisted by 6 or 7 other members of the Council. Some of them are here this evening. You'll meet them during the evening when they give out some awards. The Regional Council is just to represent the clubs at all levels of the sport. Some of us are track and field based, some of us are road running based. So we've got a wide range of representation across the area. There's people from Staffordshire, Shropshire, Herefordshire, Worcestershire, Warwickshire and the West Midlands. So we do cover the whole area. In the past, I've actually won one of these awards myself. I won a couple of times, yeah. I've actually got some of them in my garden. That's another long story. But they are quite resistant to water, so they do look nice in amongst the flowers. So enough from me. Chris was going to talk to you a little bit. Rich is going to do the honours of that one. So Rich Ayling is our club support officer for the region, and another one as well. And he's going to just talk about what Chris was going to say.
Firstly, good evening, everyone. It's great that you're all here tonight. I'm not Chris, as you can see from the picture. That's up for you to decide whether I've aged well or not, but you can think about that later on. For us, as a sport, we're indebted to every single one of you in this room tonight. Whether you're a member of an athletics club or a running club, your hard work and effort makes it happen. To me, it's incredible, having read some of the nominations, seen some of the video clips, and have met some of you already, that you're here tonight, and we just can't wait to say some well dones, get to know you a little bit more, and hopefully have a good evening. I'm sure everything will go to plan tonight. We've got Dan Barber doing the videographer at the back. He's very much the brains behind tonight's outfit, and we hope you have a good time. But if you want to let your loved ones know at home, they can tune in and live stream it. We're going to do half the presentations, we'll then have a break, and then we'll finish with the other half. So at this point, I'm going to pass you over to Stuart Poole, and Stuart's going to make a start with our first presentation of the evening.
Thank you. For this first award, I'm going to be assisted by one of my regional council colleagues, Yasmin. Yasmin came tonight. Unfortunately, I haven't got time to do any dancing, because Yasmin was going to hang from the ceiling and pretend to be a
disco ball.
Disco ball, yes. Okay, so the first award is the West Midlands Additional Recognition Award. And for this, we want to thank 3 individuals as part of a combined nomination received this year. After careful consideration, the awarding panel council felt that these 3 individuals should receive additional recognition as they are a brilliant example to clubs of athletes combining voluntary duties as well. The winner's bio. All 3 are members of Leamington Cycling and Athletics Club. They are all qualified officials and also support club sessions. All 3 of them combining officiating, competing at the Warwickshire County Championships. These 3 have been identified for recognition as they are making a huge contribution to the club, being able to compete in local fixtures. Your winners are Stan Doxey, Caroline Snyder and Lauren Ashbourne. Caroline is not here, but I believe the other 2 are. Yes? Would you like to come out here and Yasmin will take over.
One of the things I really love about our awards night is that we have the opportunity to do additional recognition. Now, I'm going to start with you, Stan, because you and I have worked together quite often. Stan is a starter's assistant, and he comes to me quite often in the morning and says, I've got the 1500 bit later, is that okay? Yeah, it's fine. And it's lovely to see an official as an athlete or an athlete as an official. So really, Stan, you do so much for your club. You coach. You've been so popular with our youngsters. You've got such a lovely nature with them when they're really nervous on the start. And I think the question to you is, why did you decide to officiate?
So Mary's quite persuasive. I think that's the best way to say it. Mary's quite persuasive, and I just love athletics. So I was like, yeah, I may as well do that as well, alongside my coaching and stuff. So yeah.
And have you enjoyed being a starter's assistant?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
He has to say that. I've been his boss quite a lot this season. And over to you then, Lauren. Well, Lauren, I ran out of space on my card, really, for things that you do in officiating. You're a lady of many, many talents. First of all, an athlete, an army athlete, I believe. You're coaching. You're the Quad Kids queen. They love you. Just how do you balance all of these things that you do for the club and still all the training? Because it's not an easy thing to do.
Oh my God, I don't know. You just, well, it helps because whenever I officiate, I always tend to compete at the events that I officiate. And then coaching as well. I mean, I like seeing kids smile, I guess. Yeah. So I feel like you can just you can do all. You just got to know what days you're doing what, really. Bit of planning. But no, it's enjoyable, and I've done it since I was, again, this age. So to do it for younger kids and the younger generation when I'm this age, it's good.
So just, I'm not a field judge. There's no way I'm getting out there with javelins coming at my head. But you obviously officiate a lot of events, and I have to ask, which one is your favourite?
Ooh, not biased because it's my event, but I quite like validity on javelin because I can be quite mean with it because people are quite mean to me sometimes. So, yeah, happy with that.
Quickly book her in for validity on javelin. Guys, there's your awards.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for everything you do for us. Thank you.
Okay, so again, a massive well done to Lauren and Stan. And we're now going to move on with our first formal award of the evening, which is the newcomer to volunteering category. Us at EA love this because we want new people to get involved into volunteering. The eligibility for this category was you needed to be part of an affiliated club, and you either needed to be brand new to volunteering in the last 3 years or new to your club in the last 3 years. This category caused a real headache. Our West Midlands awarding panel looked through the nominations, which were great, and we had 2 people which just could not be separated, hence why we're having joint winners. They scored the same. 2 very different individuals, but 2 people who we should be absolutely shouting about. So our first winner is a member of Oswestry Olympiads and is both a field judge and a volunteer coach. She's described as being polite and enthusiastic, and she's held in such high regard that last year she was asked to come to the English Schools Track and Field Championships to help. What makes her even more impressive, she's achieved all this at the age of 16, which is a really, really exciting future for her, I'm sure. Our next winner is somebody who was a volunteer runner who got involved in Couch to 5K at Massey Ferguson Running Club. She's described as motivated, enthusiastic and passionate by her club mates. She's incredibly authentic. She's gone through the system of somebody wanting to learn to run, has now gone and volunteered, and I believe she likes taking a photograph as well. So to find out who the winners are, Danny, can you play the video?
I just want to say Joy is just the most wonderful addition to our club. She is just so genuine, such a friend to everybody, so encouraging, so motivated.
Great team member.
Absolutely.
It's a bit like Strava. If you haven't had a photograph with Joy, then it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So she's great, isn't she? She's
Absolutely.
such a good friend.
Absolutely.
As well. Yeah.
Joy is such a fantastic member of the club. Her determination is infectious. I find her inspiring every day. At each day she shows us her motivation, her enthusiasm and her passion for her running and all of us Massies here at this club. Thank you very much for everything, Joy.
And there's Joy doing her usual, taking photographs for the Massey social media.
She's also paced in official half marathon and Heartland races.
I'd like to say how fantastic Joy is with the photography. Every single event we go to, there's always lots and lots of photographs, always by Joy. Everywhere, park runs, Joy turns up, click, everybody gather together, so there's always lots and lots of photographs. Joy is amazing.
Hi, I'm Tracy Bathers, head coach at Oswestry Olympians Juniors. I've been involved with the club for over 20 years and have known Kate since she began with the club at the age of 9. As she became older, she decided she'd like to volunteer, help out at coaching sessions, volunteering at competitions, and then at the age of 16 she did the level 1 officials course to become an official for the club and beyond, because she's been officiating across the West Midlands. She's been to the English Schools Championships and many other championships in the area.
She's done barcode scanning. I'm not sure if she's done timing, she's done marshalling, and Kate will do anything that we ask her to, really.
Kate has helped at Oswestry Olympians since I started at 9 years old. She's also helped at school competitions by officiating, and she's been very kind and caring towards me.
She's always there to help and support our juniors. We've even got some children who struggle a little bit with their anxiety, so Kate often runs alongside them when they're doing relays and such to encourage them to do events, which is absolutely incredible.
Kate has been an absolute superstar the last couple of years that I've known her. She has always got a smile on her face, so I call her Smiler. And she's just an enthusiastic, amazing young lady, young person that we are really truly blessed to have in officiating. I've worked with her in British Masters, in call rooms. She is so enthusiastic. She's great, and a lovely young lady too. Well done, Kate, on your nomination. I wish you every success for the future and look forward to continuing to work with you.
So at this point, we're going to welcome Kate and Joy to the stage. But before we do that, we've got to introduce Kevin Oakes, haven't we? Who is part of the West Midlands Regional Council, and he's been going on and on and on about how he ran the Great North Run yesterday. So if anyone wants to speak to him later on, he'll tell you all about it. Anyways, at this point, Kate and Joy, would you like to make your way up to the stage?
So, Kate, Joy, welcome to the stage. Was you expecting this at all? No. Not at all? No? Just speaking to the cat. Yeah, great. That's an amazing achievement and good to see both volunteer coaches as well and leaders. It's really good to see people who actually coach others and help others. So, first one to yourself, Kate. What do you enjoy about coaching, and would you prefer field judging or coaching? It's gone.
I probably prefer coaching because you see the younger kids become really good athletes and a lot of that. Yeah.
Great. Did you see all the officials pull a face in the room then? Brilliant. And how about you, Joy? What do you enjoy about coaching?
I love just sort of encouraging people and almost sharing in their joy, because to see a difference and to see and help people improve, it's just brilliant. You know, I just really enjoy helping people.
Brilliant. That's absolutely great. And obviously, Kate, at a young age, being a coach, being a volunteer in such an amazing role, what's your plans for the future?
Maybe just do more officiating and see where I go.
Great, that's brilliant. Has the club put you on many officiating courses?
I've done the level 1 field judge and I've got a starter's assistant in September.
Brilliant. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, it's good.
Brilliant. And Joy, what's your plans for the future? You have you got any more groups you're going to be taking forward, or are you going on any more qualifications at all?
I'd love to carry on training and more just encouraging and growing through the club, and helping us bring on people who want to learn to run, and just making people happy about running.
Brilliant. That's absolutely great. And probably the same question to the both of you is, what within coaching, what would you say is your proudest moment within coaching, and what is it?
Seeing everyone become what they are and just helping them.
That's brilliant. And what about yourself, Joy?
It's getting that motivation, sort of getting someone to sort of switch on their switch that makes them want to improve, and just helping and encouraging that and helping them to thrive.
That is absolutely brilliant. Congratulations both. Absolutely well deserved. And there's your lovely rewards. You can use it as a doorstop later on if you wish. And yeah, go and help yourself to a soft drink at the bar. On behalf of England Athletics, I'm sure they're footing the bill today. So.
Thank you. Okay, next award is for the Club Leader of the Year. And I'm being joined at this point by Beck Bennett, who's an England Athletics Athlete Advisory Panel member. Come and set the trophies. Okay, get ready with the awards. This category recognises the efforts and achievement of a club leader. And to be eligible, you just need to be an affiliated club, the EA. This award is being given to a club for their outstanding leadership. The club are fully compliant with club standards, were recognised in the awards previously. They host a beginners group under the name Couch to Awesomeness. The nomination highlighted the steps the club have taken to provide a great member experience. And I believe there's a few images to come on the screen. I've got to say, this is the runner-up to the award, Essington Harriers Running Club. Now, I know them from experience. They do occasionally run the Chasewater Park run. Is that right? Yes. I have run it at various times, but I don't recognise people because I'm normally at the back. I only see the back of people's heads. That's okay. So if you'd like to come up, please. That's Essington Running Club. Representatives are Sarah and Robin, who are the club chair and vice chair. I'll come and get your award. There you go.
Congratulations. And just kind of looking at those photos, you've got so many happy faces, and you must really kind of promote really great member experiences. And how would you best kind of advise other clubs to really create a great member experience?
It's all about engagement, isn't it? And keeping the members sort of engaged in what they're doing, making sure that they're involved in all aspects of the club. So as long as the members are happy, then it's going to be a happy running club.
Anything to add?
No.
No. And so obviously we're kind of approaching the winter season now. What are your priorities as a club for the next year?
Headlights. Everyone needs to wear headlights and be bright.
Robin looks Christmas all year round, so he looks everybody to look like a Christmas tree when they're running. So there's not enough lights, are there?
Yeah. But yeah, it's all about, so where we're based, there are a lot of canal runs, so we have to change our routes from summer running through to winter running, which means using more roads, more lit areas, and just, you know, all the usual health and safety stuff. So make sure you don't run through any big puddles where there could be gaping manhole covers. Be well lit, be well seen.
Well, best of luck for the upcoming year, guys. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Okay, now the next award, the winner of this category, unfortunately can't be with us tonight. He's a member of Hereford and County AC. He's a starter, field official, coach and committee member. Following on from the community's success in securing funds to renovate the track in Herefordshire, this club leader has worked tirelessly alongside the contractors, and I believe the track is now open for your county championships. Where's Martin? Pardon me. Yeah. As we know, the Hereford track was in danger of being closed. A lot of work was done to get the money to have it resurfaced, and I believe their county championships are being held next weekend, which is a good thing. The winner of this award has also helped with the development of the under-11s and reduced the junior waiting lists. Well, let's just see a few pictures of the award winner.
Hi Brian, congratulations on being shortlisted for Club Leader of the Year, an award you thoroughly deserve.
Thank you for overseeing all the renovations for the track, making sure the contractors finished on time, and building us a new clubhouse.
Also for being such a brilliant coach within Hereford and County, and in recent years you brought the Junior Cross Country League to Herefordshire Cross Country, something that the juniors are very grateful for. So thank you, Brian.
Brian, you know, I know you've done a brilliant amount of work at the track, and I've said it, I've appreciated it before, but I'm saying it again now. We couldn't have done it without you, really, because it's been a fantastic effort on your part.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, as I said, Brian's unable to be with us. Maybe he's at home watching, so if you are at home, Brian, well done. To say a few words, my colleague from Herefordshire, Martin Flowers, will come and say a few words on his behalf.
Thank you. What I can be sure of, if Brian's not here, but he won't be sitting still because he's one of the most energetic guys I know. He's into everything really. As you've seen, he's been heavily involved in the track campaign and almost single-handedly, really, through his efforts, got Hereford and County a new clubhouse, which you might have got a glimpse of on the pictures there. He the old clubhouse was a sort of a container, which is what our club has got actually. But obviously, Brian didn't feel that would be appropriate on the shiny new track that we've now got. So they've got this fantastic clubhouse, and that's all down to Brian really. He's also he coaches the endurance squad at Hereford and County, which is pretty much all kids, and he came to me when I restarted the cross-country league, the senior cross-country league, and said, look, there aren't any opportunities for kids, very few opportunities for his kids to do cross-country, and he's passionate about cross-country. And again, he single-handedly took on the organisation of kids races, which are now established in the cross-country league as well. So he is, as people have said, a really good guy, really conscientious and enthusiastic, and he really does deserve this award. Thank thank you on his behalf.
Okay, so at this point we move on to contribution to athletics and running, and we must note that this award is sponsored by Sports Shoes, who are one of England Athletics' commercial partners. The winner this evening will be receiving a Sports Shoes voucher as well. So just to tell you a little bit about the category and who's going to be helping to present it, Martin will be back up again to ask a couple of brief questions. And this category is a broad category. Eligibility includes affiliated clubs, run-together groups and associated partners, and also offers the opportunity to highlight individuals. And at this point, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the runner-up. So our runner-up is a member of Pontesbury Runners, is a volunteer, coordinator and coach, and is been given the impressive nomination here, highlighting that this man has very much launched the running scene in the village after moving to the area. And it sounds like somebody we should really be getting to know. So at this point, can we showcase a few images and get to know this year's runner-up? David, come on up.
Hello. Oh, welcome, David, from Pontesbury Runners. Pontesbury. My apologies. I must admit, when I saw the nomination come through, I had to get my map out because I didn't know where Pontesbury was. And in fact, I thought maybe it crept into the wrong region, but having checked it out, no, you are in our region, and you decided to start a running club in a village.
I did, yes.
So how many runners have you got?
On an average week, about 12 to 15. We've got 192 in a private Facebook group. So that's the official number, 192.
That's impressive. Is that most of the village?
It's about 3,500, so I'm getting there. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you go about setting up the club then? Presumably there weren't that many runners when you got there.
No. So I did my LERF back in the day 2010, living in the southeast. Did a few coaching courses then. Moved to Shropshire in COVID with my wife because she comes from a village about 5 minutes from where we live now. So she's come home and I've moved up with her. And then just thought, actually, let's get this running group going in the village, put it out on Facebook. Turned up by the bench where we meet every Monday for the first week and got 6 people there. And it's just grown from there, really.
Really impressive. Final question. I noticed that you put a lot of fun into your running. So how do you make hill reps fun?
Well, we live in the Shropshire Hills. It's called Pontesbury's called the gateway to the Shropshire Hills. So basically, whichever way you go, there's a hill. So we just embrace it. So we do regular routes, intervals, hill sets, tempo runs. Every runner's got a hill in it, but they love it.
Well done. And present you with your award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so on to our winner. Our winner is a member of Spa Striders, is a qualified coach and is also the chair. He supports the Warwickshire Road Race League as race director for the Ryton 5. He's highly thought of by his club mates and he's described as the man who knows the answer to everything. As a man who doesn't know the answer to everything, I feel this video could be a really helpful and instructional tool. So let's roll the video and see if we can learn a few bits.
As chairman of Spa Striders, Matt's involved across all of the club activities that we do, representing us at a regional level, making sure the day-to-day runs well, right through to things like updating the events and the websites.
With Matt's help, I ran further than I'd ran in years, with no injuries, in a respectable time.
Matt has coached me through 5 marathons, each time using his wealth of knowledge to create effective, enjoyable and personalised training plans.
More generally, as the chair of Spa Striders, he's always willing to go the extra mile to make sure the club is inclusive, both of newer runners and those who want to compete.
It's often easy to forget that he's coaching other people at the same time because he's so responsive and tailors everything to your own situation.
He's pushed us in the local community to improve the profile of both the club and sport in the area. He's one of the good guys of the club, and everything good that we do stems through Matt.
Thank you, Matt. We really appreciate everything you do.
Really happy to recommend him for this award. Good luck, Matt.
Welcome, Matt, and well done.
Thank you.
You're all right. I know where Leamington is. Okay, and Spa Striders is quite a large club, as I understand it. And your chair. You also do quite a lot of the social media. You coach, and I see you've had quite a lot of success in your in coaching your athletes, as well as quite a few other things. And I know how hard it is to chair a running club. But you also got a job, and I haven't. I'm retired. So where do you find the time?
I don't know. I'm quite passionate about the club, so I just make sure that I do find the time, really. I joined the club about 10 years ago, and I learned quite a lot from the first couple of years, and it really improved me kind of as a runner myself, and it was just wanting to give something back. And yeah, so I just make sure I make the time, really. So, yeah.
And don't sleep, probably. Yeah. And I suppose the next question is really, Spa Striders is a club I don't know too well, but it's going from strength to strength. It's really doing well. What do you think makes people want to join Spa Striders?
I think we're quite inclusive. We ran kind of a Couch 5K program a few years ago, which we put on for free to kind of encourage people to join. A lot of our runners go to races, and we're usually very vocal out supporting. So we'll be there supporting the first runner to the last runner. Yesterday, for example, there was a half marathon locally to us in Kenilworth, and we had about 20 of our...
In competition with the Great North Run?
Yes, yeah. We had about 20 of our club at the top of a hill, which towards the end, just out there cheering people on, playing music and stuff like that. And I think that kind of represents what we are as a club, that we just... Yeah, well, since then I've had quite a lot of people asking how they can join, so it's obviously quite effective. So yeah.
Good. I mean, your club's doing really well, and obviously a lot of that is down to you. And you know, tonight's not a time to be humble. You know, we're here to celebrate your achievements, Matt. So I'd quite like to ask you what of your achievements over the years that you've been involved in the club, which ones are you most proud of?
It's probably a couple of things. So the Brighton 5 race that we put on, I've been race director for that for a couple of years, a bit more than a couple of years now. We've made it, it's very cheap and affordable, so we make it accessible to a lot of runners. But we've also recently gone to a kind of online entry as well and made that a lot smoother process for people. And then the other thing that I'm quite proud of is all the coaching that I do, because I do like to see how people kind of improve. So I take on a number of athletes from, I've helped people who are trying to break 3 hours, and I've helped people trying to break 5 hours for a marathon. And I'm quite proud of seeing what people can do from that.
Yeah, fantastic. Well done, Matt, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Okay, we're moving on to the Coach of the Year, and for this I'm going to be joined by Sarah Benson from England Athletics, who is herself a coach as well, so she knows what's involved. So, for this award to be recognised, the individual must have demonstrated their ongoing passion and commitment for coaching athletics and running within a voluntary capacity over the last 12 months. To be eligible, you must be an athletics coach, a coach in running fitness, and you must have a level 2+ qualification. And your licence must be valid. You must have filled in all your other forms and keep it up to date and do all what's necessary. So for this award, we've got 2 people nominated and were identified as joint winners. One of the winners is a pole vault coach for Leamington Cycling and Athletic Club. She's described as a dedicated coach who supports more than 20 athletes. She has helped her athletes to win many awards. Our second winner is an endurance coach for Run For You and Perform Running Club. She has recently introduced an additional training night for youth athletes and is incorporating the principles of run, jump and throw within the sessions. She's introduced cross-country to our club and she was involved in the origins of Run For You and Perform Running Club. So here we should have a short video of our 2 winners.
Kat is so dedicated to her pole vault groups. She is always planning the next training session or considering the next area of development for each athlete, maybe the next drill to support that development, or buying the next pole that an athlete needs to progress. She's always organising the next competition opportunities for each athlete, or thinking through the logistics of getting bags of poles to each competition or training session, and attending competitions each weekend and often midweek to coach her athletes.
Kat is unbelievably dedicated to her athletes. She comes to near enough all competitions of each athlete. She is an amazing coach as she cares and listens to every athlete and comes up with solutions that work best for the athlete. This means she is constantly thinking of ways to help us, even in her time to relax. I'm so thankful for Kat, and I couldn't dream of a more perfect coach for me.
Speaking as someone who came to running at age 55, finding Abby as a coach was an absolute revelation. She gave me confidence, she helped me understand technique, and I'm still working through the kinks learned over many years to try and improve, and there is a belief I can still improve. Speaking as someone who's been on the committee as part of Run For You and Perform, her energy, her enthusiasm, her commitment to set up a new club, to drive a juniors section has been something to behold. She's really an inspiration.
As an athletics coach, she's not only developed a new athletics running club this year, Run For You and Perform, but she has inspired so many people and others to get involved in athletics, strive for better results, or just have loads and loads of fun. She's a brilliant coach. She has a wonderful training style and caters for all. Thanks very much, Abby, you're fantastic.
I've recently gained my England age group qualification and 10k and half marathon. This is all down to Abby. She's also a very busy teacher and mother to 2. I find her very inspirational.
Okay, so our award winners are Catherine Stein and Abby Van Dyke. Please come join us.
Thank you. Welcome. Congratulations both. Kat, we'll start with you. So pole vault.
Yeah.
Very challenging event. What would you say is the hardest aspect of coaching pole vault?
It's an event where people are scared when they first do it. They look at you and think you're absolutely mad in pretty much everything you're asking them to do. So it's really building the trust with the athletes, lots of encouragement, but mainly they have to trust you. You're asking them to grab a pole and go very high up in the air. So yeah, the relationship is key, I think.
And I imagine equipment, kits, logistics of managing pole vaulters is really challenging as well.
Yes, very difficult. Our chairman is here. Thank you, Chairman, because the club have been brilliant at supporting us in developing the group. And that's really, really important because without poles, there's not very much you can do. So it is a constant challenge. And there are a lot of barriers to clubs getting involved in pole vault. So the club have been very supportive, and that's really helped.
Do you think pole vault is an event that's growing in the UK at the moment, especially with the likes of some of our Olympians who are on the highest stage at the moment?
The difficulty is there are a lot of barriers. So you need additional qualifications, coaches. There are some tracks which don't have pole vault beds. You need all the poles. You need people to carry those poles around. So it is very difficult. But I think what you're starting to see within the Midlands is there are some satellite centres that are picking up people and helping other clubs to get more involved, and that's helping to grow it locally.
Fantastic, well done. And Abby, tell us a bit about your coaching. So you've got quite an inclusive environment. How do you adapt your sessions for different abilities?
I think it's just about working from what the people want and what they want to gain out of it. So if somebody comes and it's for their first time running, we just make sure that they're included, they're not left behind. The interval is something that's going to maybe challenge them but not push them too hard, and they see the benefits of it. And equally, the people that might be front running, they also gain as much out of it as possible. But we really encourage each other, celebrate each other's success, and make sure that actually, you know, from one person doing a 33-minute 10K to another person breaking the hour for the first time, that celebration of that success is equal for everybody. So it's that encouraging nature, which I hope I give out, and everybody in the club just responds to really nicely. They're such great athletes.
And you've recently grown a junior section of the club as well. So tell us a bit about that and what's motivated you to grow the juniors within the club.
So it's quite small at the moment, but we hope to build it up as much as we can. But really, as a youngster in athletics, it was seen as something that was quite hard to get into, and you had to be good at it to do it. So we're offering this juniors for kids to just feel like they can get fit, to make friends, to do a bit of run, jump, throw within a session, not even realise they're running half the time, because that often is a scary thing for children. So it's just really that drive and that passion is to see youngsters getting fit and enjoying their running rather than it being a chore. So, yeah.
And final question to you both. What's your favourite session?
Ooh. See, I like the hills. I like inflicting that on people. But yeah, I think the hills are a great strength endurance, or you can adapt it in so many different ways, and it's great to see their faces at the top of a hill.
And Kat, favourite session for your athletes?
They'd actually included video of some of my favourite session, and all the kids loved it. We taped hula hoops to the end of the poles, and they had to try and get their bodies through the hula hoops, and that was quite fun.
Congratulations, well done, both of you.
Okay, we're almost at the break. Before we go to the break, Kat, a pole vault coach. One of the problems we have in this region is a lack of indoor facilities. Yes. Rich, Sarah, myself and Chris Jones were at a meeting this afternoon in Birmingham. We are trying to persuade Birmingham Council and the wider West Midlands area to keep the facilities at the Alexander Stadium. We are disappointed that they are trying to destroy the High Pack indoor arena by putting something in there as well. Thank you to all those who signed the petition, which was on the West Midlands Facebook page. I fear that petition has fallen on deaf ears. I've seen the response from the leader of the council, who sort of dismissed it, but they know what we're on about now. We are trying to limit the damage, but we are trying to also get a place in this region which can do indoor athletics with a proper 200-metre track, which will benefit track and field people and the wider community as well. There are various schemes in place that we're looking at, and we're not giving up the fight. Just as we did with Hereford Track, we actually got that through, and with the support of all of the region, and others from far and wide. We got that through. But anyway, it's time for a break. It's almost 8:15. Can we have 15 minutes? The toilets are just out there if you need them. There's still is there any drink left at the back? Yes, there is some drink at the back. So you want to charge up your glasses and have a quick break, stand up and stretch your legs. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Thank you.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that.
Yeah, but they can stop recording.
care and they enjoy themselves. So if you've got any ideas, we've seen some ideas of how people coach well, and we see what they enjoy doing. That is to share. We've shared some points tonight. We've shared how to run to the top of a hill and enjoy it and smile at the top. We've heard about one or two other things that can be done to help your club improve and to get better and to enjoy the sport we all love. It's a very cheap sport in many ways. We haven't got the money of football. If you've got children who go and play football, that's whatever. They've got fantastic facilities, these all-weather pitches and all that sort of thing. So, we appreciate everything we do here. I think that's an important thing to say. But I understand now that the camera is now rolling. I can stop waffling on, and I can hand over to Rich for the next part of the evening.
Thanks, Stuart. I was a bit worried for a minute we're going to have to get Danny to do a magic trick, but no, we're rocking and rolling again, so let's move on with our next category. To me, this is a really cool part of the evening because we get to do something a little bit different over our next two categories. The first one being Community Project of the Year. We introduced a live vote this year. So after we'd received nominations and they were shortlisted, it went out to the public to be able to vote. The nominations were open for about 10 days, and across Community Project of the Year and our next category, Club of the Year, we had over 9,000 votes. So we were really excited to bring that in this year. Community Project of the Year is to me, it's really that kind of hearts and minds of our sport. It's such an exciting part for us where we get to kind of look at the broader benefits of athletics and running. We've heard tonight about amazing coaches helping people achieve personal bests, and we've heard about what the sport might mean to an individual, but it's also the impact it has on a community. Last year we saw the track in Hereford get recognised after that had been sustained, and we'd had a previous winner in the West Midlands celebrating neurodiversity. So this gives a kind of feel for what we do in this category. It's really broad. It can be a nomination from an affiliated club or a run together group, but ultimately it's that connection between clubs and the community. In a moment, Tor Bennett-Williams will be joining us to do the Q&A, and we'll find out a little bit more about our two projects, our winner and our runner-up. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a little bit of a flavour about our two shortlisted projects. So the first one is from Kids Run Redditch. The club get involved in anything from carnivals, supporting communities such as Rainbows and Scouts, and providing just fantastic opportunities for young people to access the sport. They've got some brilliant ideas. They do sort of reward and recognition through sort of stickers and prizes. And they're working in great partnerships with the community. I spoke to one of the founding members recently, and he was telling me on a quiet week they get 80 kids coming along. So they're probably doing something pretty good there for me. And then our second project, which we're going to learn a bit more about in a moment, is from Penkridge Runners. They have raised over £50,000 for the local community, which is just incredible. They've done a whole range of different things, from 10Ks to community relays, and they've supported the Moncton Recreational Centre and Penkridge First Responders have both benefited. Profits from their inaugural 10K road race estimated at around £8,000 and have gone towards local charities. Anyways, I'm going to stop doing my bit as a salesman, and I'm going to let the video tell you a bit more about both projects.
Kids Run Redditch, born out of the simple idea to get children active by getting away from phones, tablets and TV.
Kids Run Redditch!
Hey! In 3, in 2. Kids Run Redditch, free, fun and inclusive to families.
Kids Run Redditch is amazing! Kids Run Redditch is fantastic! Kids Run Redditch is really fun!
Kids Run Redditch inspires the next generation to become physically active. We believe that running has the power to show kids they can achieve more than they ever dreamed possible.
Penkridge Runners has given me a great platform to achieve a personal ambition of running a London Marathon and raise money for some great causes with the help of my fellow athletes at the club and the local community.
Hi, my name is Neil. I'm a Penkridge runner. I'm also an ambulance service community first responder. Penkridge Runners has supported our charity group many times, and by providing funds to purchase life-saving equipment and also for vital operational costs so that we can attend medical critical incidents in our community. Thank you, Penkridge Runners.
People have set goals to raise money for charity to do certain events, and one of the most amazing things was the 10k back in June, where people were marshalling and supporting, and the amount they raised was so fantastic for Penkridge to be distributed back to the local community, so it was just really amazing.
So it's the moment of truth. Our runner-up is, and as a very fun and excited little girl described being amazing, it is very much Kids Run Redditch are our runners-up. Would you like to come on up to the stage and meet Tor Bennett-Williams? Congratulations.
Wow, this whole time you were sitting right next to me and I didn't even realise that. Huge congratulations, guys. Absolutely amazing. Firstly, I just want to say, because when I was standing over there in the buffet, just getting my food, Stuart came over to me and said, "Am I still running, or have I given up yet?" And that was mainly just because, well, it cut me deep. But a big part of that is just because tackling with work, and then when I'm not just doing work, having to do athletics, it's very, very hard. So firstly, how do you guys find the time to balance the books when you're doing all of that, because your events are huge?
We run once a week, so we just run on a Saturday morning. There is a lot of work that goes behind the scenes, but I think we've got a really great team, some who aren't here tonight as well. I think we just support each other, and I think we all love running. And
we're just really enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Anything from you guys? Or? No? Okay, cool. Well, just another thing on that as well. I saw some of the activities that you guys do, and I was looking up and doing a little bit of research myself, and you seem to do a lot of different things. I've seen one of it, you do almost like a 400 metres for the kids. They collect bands, and then over time you get their distances, and once they've done so many distances, you give them certificates depending on the distance they do. For each of you, what has been the favourite activity, the most favourite activity you've ran across the course of this or last year? On your toes.
I don't know, that's quite a hard one. It's really hard because we're a fun group, so the children and the families come and have fun and get them into exercise. So to be honest, we have fun every Saturday. I just love seeing the children turn up, and that we've been a club for just over a year, and we have about 120 children come a week now. So to see it grow, I think, has probably been my favourite thing, and that they all come happy and want to high-five you when they've done their lap. And
I like the warm-ups. Get them all hyped up and screaming and shouting, and you just see all the parents like wincing as the kids are screaming. But yeah, it's just fun to see them all there each week.
It's just coming up with new ideas, so it just evolves all the time. So the thing I kind of enjoy the most is getting the spectators involved. I kind of started off with you turn up, you bring your kids along, and then you kind of just stood there. So I thought, well, how can we get everyone involved? So whether that's a water station, they're banging drums, cowbells, holding signs, or even getting them on the track themselves. It's amazing how many people turn up there with no interest running, but after watching their kids run a few, then they end up doing half a lap, 2-3 laps, and it's just that really, just watching them kind of, how can I get everyone involved? So.
Makes sense. Engagement, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Especially getting the kids ready. And then just to get on the back of that, really, you said you've just been going just over a year. I believe it was May, your anniversary was. Yeah. With that being said then, and you're still a really young organisation, although you've done a lot, and a quiet week is only 80 athletes, which is crazy. That's huge. What tips would you give for anybody on the live stream or in the room that's wanting to start off like you guys but are a bit nervous or don't know where to go? What would you say for them?
Just go for it. Just go for it. I started off really with just 4 stakes in the ground. They said, right, off you go, kids. Made a square, 250 metres, and they started running. They enjoyed it. Right, and then a couple of girls are going dance, and we had costs of swimming and football. It's free. It's all right. And then the next step was, right, how can I evolve this? What's the next sort of step? Or, a running track. We've got a running track. Let's see if we can use. And it just kind of ask for some help. Bring your friends involved. Get as many ideas as you can. There's no such thing as a bad idea. It might not work, but just give it a try. And then, just go for it.
Quite a lot of us were the parents that were stood in that muddy field with the 4 stakes that somehow got roped in.
There we are, yeah. Perfect. That's amazing, guys. Well, I just want to say massive congratulations and thank you for inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations to Kids Run Redditch, and I believe I'm actually going out to see you this Saturday coming, so maybe I can be one of the parents this time holding something in a field. Let me know if I can be of any use. So with no further ado, we go on to this year's winners. So please put a massive round of applause together for Penkridge Runners.
Hiya. Again, big congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm actually from Penderford, Wolverhampton myself, so very close. If I drive 10 minutes north, I see Welcome to Penkridge, so that's I'm a big champion for you. I can't say if I officially voted for you or not, but big champion. Just to start, really, you guys do amazing things. You've I think collected over is it 5k or 50k in the past 50k
over the past few years,
in the past 5 years or so, and that's a staggering amount. Sort of, when you've done all that, what's next really? What is there left to do? Why do you still do it? So many questions.
Well, because we launched the first 10k this year, obviously that sold out. Working in partnership with Penkridge Roundtable. We want to develop that and make it a bigger event. So there's a fun run involved for children. There's obviously the 10K. And it brings the community together for a fun day as well. So we want to develop that activity, function, just to bring a wider community in. Because the more money we raise, it all goes to charity. So we want to try and develop that and make it better.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And almost really to go on from the group, the runners-up, they've been going just over a year. You've been going 10 years strong now.
10 years this year, yeah.
10 years strong, and like you said, you want it to grow. You want to build more of a community with what you're doing. How has your goals changed from when you first started out to now? What did it look like back then, and did you see where it was going?
It's changed drastically. We set out really just to create a running group for the community. We had 15 people, on the first session. Over the years, we've had 750 people do a session. So it's just, you can see how it's grown. Never did we envisage doing something to give back to the community. It was mainly just to get the athletes out running, people out running, the casual runner who was too afraid to go to a club. So it's get the casual runners out as a community. But as the friendships have grown through the club, it's created this community hub where they're all doing different things for the community, fundraising events, small events, big events, and it's just going to grow. I think the effort that everybody gives to give something back is amazing, really good.
And then just on that really, because like you said, everyone pulls together. You're doing it year in, year out, 10 years, earning so much for charity. How do you keep each other motivated as a team? What drives you guys to keep pushing?
I think just keeping it fun, keeping everybody engaged. We try to do the sessions so they're different every week as well. So whenever they come for a session, they never know what they're going to do. So it's keeping the interest. You probably saw from the video the hills. One of our mottos is "Hills are your friends." You know, so we just try to make fun of it, introduce games for warm-ups, that sort of thing. But it's creating that group of friendships, and there's mini groups set off and done different things as well. So
but it's all raising money, so it's good.
That's really great, actually. I remember when I used to do my sessions, and not knowing what I was going to do would probably make me extremely nervous because I thought my coach was going to kill me. But bringing the fun element into it is really good. Last question, really, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I know it's been your 10-year anniversary. You had your 10K, that was a success. Coming into November, it's your awards evening, am I right?
It is,
yeah.
Yeah.
So there'll also be a celebration in Penkridge, guys, if you're interested.
Sold out.
But obviously you're taking this amazing award today, and you're going to have your own awards evening. Is there anything you could maybe talk about that we don't get to see that's a big award behind the scene, or people that should have a shout out?
There's lots of people that do different things behind the scene. I mean, we've got a team of first aiders, for instance. We've got a team of defib trained people. There's obviously the mental health champions. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and all of those contribute to the success of the club, I think. So, you know, we've got people who are competing at different levels. First 5K, we've got people doing ultramarathons, lots of ultramarathons. So it's just a wide range of abilities that have just come together, basically. Yeah.
No, that's great. Thank you very much, and well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tor. Just before we go on, I'd like to thank both Tor and Martin. Martin, thank you for coming tonight. A few years ago, we couldn't do these award presentations, so I took one or two awards to the clubs. So I've been to Penkridge, I've run up that hill, and it is tough, yes. So, and Tor, don't worry about being taken down. This region had a few representatives in Paris recently, haven't we? The recent Paralympic Games, Carrie Denaikin from Coventry did quite well. Laura Sugar is now paddling a boat rather than running, but she got the medal. And we, in the main Olympics, or sorry, I shouldn't say call it the main, the Olympic Games for able-bodied athletes, Matthew Hudson-Smith almost won a gold. And he came back to Birchall a few weeks ago, and it was a week before the relays. And he saw the kids practicing this, that and the other. And he says, who's in the 4x14? I said, well, everybody's picked. So, he was a bit put down. I said, it's too late, you weren't here. So, anyway, we did take a little... He was actually running in Lausanne at the weekend. He broke his record again, but he couldn't have done it anyway. But, never big up athletes too much. Always give them something to work towards.
Stay humble.
Yeah, stay level-headed. Yeah, good. So we move on to the... Good question. We move on. Behind me, Club of the Year. Oh, that's right. That's right. I found the right place. Right. Club of the Year. I'm joined this time by Emma Hurst, who's from England Athletics, who's another senior club support manager. So the trophies. To be eligible for this award, clubs must be affiliated to England Athletics. Clubs were originally assessed on a criterion that explored the club's key achievements, member experience provided, and whether they were fully compliant with the club standards. New for 2024, there are 3 places have been identified through a live vote. So some of you may have been voting in this. And if I can turn the page over without dropping the board. Oops. The 3 clubs. First is Peel Road Runners. Prospective members can have taster runs with a run buddy before committing to join. The committee have worked hard to ensure compliance with club standards. There are mental health runs, an annual gate gallop, charity event organised by Peel volunteers. What's a gate gallop? Round gate somewhere. Park gates, yeah, okay. Right. A bit like Sutton Park, they do that round the gate, yeah, okay. And they do Lysipics and club-led running sessions in schools. The second nomination is for Shropshire Shufflers. She sells on the seashore. Members enjoy free track nights and coaches are provided with a free licence to access run resources. New LERFs are mentored by coaches before leading solo. 14 guide runners have qualified to support visually impaired runners and guests. The club's Shufflette e-magazine delivers communication to members. The club funded a defibrillator at their track. And the third group to be nominated are the City of Birmingham Striders. The diverse mix of members creates a rich, supportive environment. The leadership team are approachable, open to suggestions and ready to assist. Members get together for activities such as brunch, dinners, park runs and hiking. I could manage the first two. Cobbs, that's the City of Birmingham Striders, yeah, have co-hosted a cross-country league event, supported marshalling at the road relays, organised volunteer takeovers at park runs and grown a supportive welfare team. Before announcing who came first, second and third, there are some video highlights.
Take me on the trails.
Yeah, so we started with the Couch to 5K. See you later, thank you.
Thank you.
We did the Couch to 5K, didn't we, which we ran in March, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran that in March. And then went on to the Couch to 10K.
It's the amazing group of people, the inclusive nature of the club. Anyone of all abilities can join in and get involved, and it's just such a great atmosphere.
This year, the Aston University Running Club, the Gazelles, have really enjoyed collaborating with Cobbs for training sessions.
Good Gym have loved running, volunteering with Cobbs at park runs, cross country and running together.
It was great to have Cobbs come and volunteer at Aston Hall Park Run, our newest park run in the city, providing a great number of volunteers supporting the event.
City of Birmingham Striders are one of the founding members of our United by 2022 family, which recognises those amazing organisations that work with grassroots communities to help break down barriers to access.
Support.
Friendship. Happiness.
Collapse. Social.
Okay, so in third place is City of Birmingham Striders.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. I'm going to introduce you all. It'd be nice to do a bit of a run round. Would you like to introduce yourself and say what you do at the club?
Yeah, so I'm Bilal and I'm the club chair. And
I'm Nav, treasurer and the coach.
I'm Kasia, I'm secretary and cross-country captain.
Nadia, welfare officer. Lovely. Rich, are we in the right place? Do we need to move on? Okay, good. When I was reading your nomination that we received, I was really interested in your club ethos. I think that really stood out in the videos that we've seen tonight. So your club ethos is a club for everyone. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, so it's about participation and basically anyone can run. So like
relays. We don't care if you're slow runner, fast runner, whatever. It's about the team thing. So anyone that comes along can, participate. It's about participation, really.
Yeah, just going onto that. So things like one of the things that's been quite rewarding is things like relays and cross country. It's like a lot of people who've done those races with us. They probably previously wouldn't have thought like doing this Scary England Athletics event. That's not like for me, but yeah, they've done it and they've loved it.
No, we covered that off. What I was really interested in, though, was the social side of your club. Pubs and brunch was referenced. How important is the social aspect of your club, and how much does that give your members a positive experience?
I think we are based in the city centre, so our challenge is that a lot of people are coming for a year or just to. They are new in Birmingham, so it's a good place to meet friends, and a lot of people are working from home. So I think this is a very important aspect to not only run and have a conversation and fun after that. So it's important.
Yeah, I think it keeps people coming back. You know, when there's that friendship, that social element, there's a trust, and it just gets people coming along every single week to the runs.
Okay, thank you. Any recommended brunch spots then in Birmingham that you hang out at? Is there any specials?
Yeah, Juju's.
Juju's?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
That's where we normally end up.
Okay, what was mentioned as well in the speech that Stuart gave was just around some of the events that you co-hosted. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about those events, the type of events you've co-hosted, and how they've gone for you?
Yeah, so we're not precious as a club. We don't like try and keep things to ourselves. So we're really happy to work with other organisations and stuff. So we've and there's a lot of overlap. So there's people in our club who are also members of Good Gym, for example. Okay. So we'll do things with Good Gym, Aston University, the Aston Gazelles. That's a big thing because we've essentially provided coaching for them on a Tuesday night, and yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't be the same for them without us. So yeah.
Thank you. That sounds great. Would anybody else like to add anything to that?
I think some of our members are parkrun director as well, so we collaborate with them, and other team leaders also support other local group runners, running group. So yeah, we try to collaborate with them as well.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, guys. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you.
Okay, in second place are Shropshire Shufflers. Okay.
Thank you. Congratulations, guys. We'll do the same if that's okay. It'd be nice to hear more about the faces behind Shropshire Shufflers.
I'm Marty. I'm the secretary and I'm a run leader.
Fantastic.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm one of the coaches, and I also rota all of our coaches for their runs.
Oh, big job.
Yeah.
I'm Ange. I'm a run leader. I'm part of the committee, and I also help organise the alternative run series that we do during the summer.
Lovely. You can tell us more about that in a minute.
And I'm Chris. I'm coaching coordinator.
All right. Lovely to meet you all. So, over 1,000 sessions have been delivered in a year. That's pretty incredible. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about what your club offer and how you've managed to deliver so many sessions?
Well, we've increased the sessions by doing Thursday mornings, Friday mornings and Sunday mornings. And the main part of that is a lot of fast runners in that session. I'm quite a slow runner, but I will get to the Orchard Cafe first for bacon butties, and that's all part of the mental well-being and group communications that we have to.
We also host an evening at our local track as well, and we cater for all abilities there, as well as provide 2 alternative nights for different variety of runners. So yeah, we try and cater for everybody.
So following on from the alternative runs, so we during the summer we on a Wednesday night we take over the usual club night and we go to an alternative location. Some of our runners will organise that. And we'll put on a buffet, we'll do a run, so we might go to a village hall, we'll have several different groups that will go out and then they'll come back, we'll all enjoy a buffet, bit of chit-chat, and we do
Hills.
some of them are hills, yeah, so our local Hormond Hill, which is run by the Forestry Commission, and we all just have social aspect, which is really good, everybody enjoys that, so we do 6 or 7 of those during the year in the summer.
Fantastic. There seems to be some commonality tonight between food and hills. Food and hills.
Cake.
I'd just say that we can offer so many sessions because we've got over 50 amazing run leaders and coaches delivering sessions to sort of 600 members, up to 5 days a week. So, we offer a lot to everybody.
That's incredible. And that leads on to my next question, actually, which was around your workforce and your volunteers. So you give a lot of support to your leaders, coaches and guide runners. Particularly interested in what support do you offer them and how do you keep them motivated, recruit more volunteers into the club?
Oh, you get a free top.
Do you know, I noticed your top.
I am corporate logo. I'm not as posh as you guys tonight, but I have come dressed to
I must
win.
admit, I did notice that top when you come in, and it's one of my favourite club tops I've seen.
I don't know if you recognise him or not, but this is our moose.
It was in the video.
Oh, yeah, I was the
We did
moose.
try and get him to wear it tonight, but
He was having none of it.
I'll get mugged on the way in from New Street.
Okay, so don't know where to go from that, but
back to your question.
Thank you.
That's okay. We offer, we do refresher training. We come to England Athletics. We'll hire back out the track. We'll get all of our run leaders and coaches back down there, and we'll keep people on their toes and make sure that their skills are still fresh, so that when they're planning their own sessions for our road runs or if we're in the hills, they're actually providing, the latest or new ideas and basically making sure it's fun and enjoyable.
With the guide running, we offered out a course to not only Shuffler members, but the wider community as well, for the course that you guys put on for us. I think there was 15 of us that passed the course. We've done a couple of refresher courses since then, and in November there's going to be groups of us in the park run, testing out the route with the park run, actually at park run, so that we're confident in guiding in that environment with that many people. So our park run's probably 600, 700 people at park run.
Recently, because I'm the run director for our local park run as well, so we heavily take over that quite a lot, but we're the second biggest park run in the country beyond Bushy, so
wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I'd say we've just recruited 15 new run leaders, which we have to do every year generally. So once they're completed their courses through England Athletics, we have a mentoring programme for them. So our more experienced run leaders will take them out onto up to 3 different sessions to ease them into the process of leading runs. So they're never kind of on their own, and always got support really. So.
Wow, sounds like you are very busy and very productive and very successful as well. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Well done, guys. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Okay, and the winner is, it should come up on the screen, if it doesn't, Peel Road Runners. Over to on the screen. Well done.
Congratulations, Peel Road Runners. We'll do some intros if that's okay. Would you like to tell me a bit more about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Mike. I'm reluctant chairman and coach.
I'm Natalie, so I'm responsible for club membership and kit.
I'm Ray. I'm founder member and club president.
Lovely.
Alison, I'm club secretary and just training to be a run leader.
Oh, fantastic. Lovely to meet you all and congratulations. So the club started in 1991. I hope that's right. I think it is. With the principle of when you join the Peelers, you join a family. That really stood out to me as a great ethos for the club. Would you like to tell us more about what it's like to be part of your family?
That's that today, is it?
Yeah, as you say, when you're out running, it's a very lonely sport at times, but it's nice to have a family around you, and we wanted to always be a family. We'd never... It started in 91, we was at the back end where a lot of clubs, I used to be at Tamworth AC, would leave people behind, and somebody mentioned earlier about different abilities. We always had a training programme where we'd run back, nobody was ever left. It started with 7 people, and 3 of those were women. And we've never had changed that for ethos that we always look after each other as a family, and that's what's important to us. And say social events, they go all around the country. They go to London to run round, and it's often said, "Are we a running club that like to drink, or a drinking club that like to run?" But yeah,
again, there's a common theme tonight.
Being together, basically, being together.
Lovely, thank you. Would you like to just tell us a little bit more about what else you offer? So what does like a week look like in the life of a Peel road runner?
Yeah, so Tuesdays is like our social run. So like they said, that's sort of just a steady run. We've got 2 to 3 different groups though, like something doing about 4 miles up to about 8 miles. Thursday we do a structured run, so that's sort of coach-led, but in the summer we'll go out to different locations. So we'll do Big Hills in Sutton Park or Kingsley Water Park. We try and use the wider locations we've got, and then we offer sort of marathon training sessions over the weekend, and again they're just sort of inclusive. We'll just get anybody who's running a big race can come along and join them, and they're not official, but they are all like, again, we don't leave anyone behind, and it's all part of that really.
Okay. Yeah, and the key bit, as Mike's just said, is people at the weekend just post on Facebook, so there's always somebody training for something, and there's always somebody who's willing to support them, get out there, get stuck in, so that everybody's, regardless of what they're training for, regardless of their ability, they've always got somebody to join them and someone to run with, so it's really nice.
Great.
Yeah, and we're going to introduce a walking group, because we have got people who are injured, runners who are not as mobile anymore, and people who are probably a bit frightened of running but want to get active again. So we're introducing a walking group as well, which is going to be another dimension to the club.
Okay, so a real family, lots of opportunities for lots of different types of runners and abilities of runners. Just pick up on the gate gallop. That was one of my other questions that Stuart nearly got answered for me a bit early. So I've got down here that you raise £120,000 for St Giles Hospice as part of the gate gallop. Is that right? Would you like to tell us a bit more about that?
So that's basically our annual event. We're part of a summer league, but our annual event is run around the fields of Tamworth. But all our proceeds of that go to St Giles Hospice, which is local hospice around Tamworth, Lichfield and Whittington. A lot of people within the club have, we've got people who work there, we've got people who've had relatives there, and they're sort of very close to our hearts. So as part of that 10K, we get St Giles to come along, and we try and put like not only the money from the event back, but we'll have like a raffle, we'll have a cake stall, we'll have like a barbecue, and just raise as much as we can. And that's where we've done the sessions around the schools as well. We have a 10K, a 5K, and we also have a kids race. So there's a couple of laps of the fields, but then we spend the summer just going to loads of different schools, taking the big teddy bear out because he's a massive hit.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the teddy bear.
Yeah, he's
whose back was the teddy bear on?
That was on mine.
Oh,
yeah. So he's like our club. He's called Trev. So he's done.
Right, Trev. He's got a name.
He's nearly 50, and he's done 10 marathons now. So. But he's just sort of like, when he goes to the schools though, he's like, we don't have to do much, the kids will just jump on the back, but that's sort of like what we're hopefully trying to, again, just blow that ethos of making it a big community thing, and just what we want to try and always do is make it as inclusive as possible. So I think as Stuart said, running can be really cheap, but if people start, it can also get expensive, so we try to keep our fees dirt low, funded track sessions, but then also make it as inclusive as possible. We said with that issue where some people think it's too far to run on a run session, so we try and make shorter sessions. And always trying to evolve to make people, how do we get everyone involved, no matter what the ability or age or read or background or circumstances.
Thank you and congratulations. I've got to get your trophy. Sorry. Massive congratulations. First place, Club of the Year. Thank you for everything you do, and thank you to Trev as well. It sounds like it's a massive hit.
Thank you.
Oh, of course, yeah. Shake your hands.
I just wanted to say that for me, I'm just getting old now, but I started the club. But was mentioned earlier about the coaches and everybody else. Many years ago, I went to a seminar at Birchfield Harriers. I asked the England coach at the time, what makes a good coach? And he said it's to be there. And that support that our coaches give, and what, for me now, is this, my team, the team we've got. All these people do all the work. I don't do nothing. So I've got my own thank you to these people. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, that's lovely. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so we're now going to move on to Inspiring Official of the Year. I've been involved with the awards for 3 years now, and this was a category which was really important to me that I felt we could try and do a little bit more with and try and get it right. And the reason why it was so important to me was we've had so many stories tonight about clubs, young athletes, coaches, and all of their work is amazing. But without officials, there's not a place for athletes to go of whatever level to compete. So to me, it was really important we did something in the Inspiring Officials category. So a little bit about this category to start off with. You won't be surprised to hear you need to be a licensed official to be part of it. It's a really broad category, and it could be somebody who is new to officiating or somebody who's experienced. The one bit I wanted to change was I didn't feel it was right just to have a winner and a runner-up. I wanted to have multiple winners because, let's face it, we won't have those amazing competitive experiences without officials. So in a moment, you're going to get to learn about 3 amazing officials whose talent is just unbelievable, and they make our sport happen both locally, regionally, nationally, possibly a little bit internationally as well. But before we do that, I need to say hello to Margaret, who's hiding at the back of the room. Margaret Afford will be helping with the presentations. She is our County Official Secretary, or as I like to call her, the officiating guru, because I can't ever answer any of her questions. So let's move on to our first winner. So our first winner is a Level 3 starter and starter's assistant, and has worked in the call room at the UK Indoor National Champs. She also co-organises the Worcester County Championships and County Schools Championships, and I've seen her in action, and she's absolutely blimmin' brilliant. Our next one goes to a Level 4 field official. He's described as an absolutely fantastic official. He's an officials secretary who works very hard to support the officials in the county with their development and progression. And then finally, our third winner is a Level 4 field judge. He officiates at a huge number of events at all levels of the sport. And like we were saying earlier, that could be club events, opens, league meetings, county, regional and national championships, as well as likes to get on the TV at some of our UK televised meets. So to get to know your winners, Danny, play the video.
Yasmin is an inspiring official because she supports and develops the new officials that we have within our area, and she does this by mentoring them and giving them shadowing and officiating opportunities. She also gives them the basic resources that they need to get started within the sport, things like giving them warning cards, giving them quick reference rule sheets that they can use at a meeting. With my Mafio hat on, Yasmin has been absolutely fantastic in simplifying the administration systems within the organisation, and she's also taught other officials to improve their administration systems within their clubs, or if they're organising county events, she's helped them to organise that as well.
Yasmin is a starter's assistant and a starter well known across the Midlands, but also frequently spreads her wings further afield, officiating in the north and also in London. She's a great mentor to a number of younger officials and new officials coming into the sport. She's also been inspirational in the last 12 months, setting up a number of training camps with schools, colleges, universities, to ensure that not only can they have their own officials for their own events, but also we're getting new officials coming into the sport as well.
And finally, Yasmin is a fantastic tutor. She runs courses that are engaging, they are fun, There's lots of practical activities to do, and she's had some fantastic feedback from students that have attended one of her tutor courses.
A very worthy nominee. Thank you, Yasmin, for all your hard work, and may it long, long continue. Thank you.
Good evening. It's my nomination for Parge Valley as Inspiring Official of the Year. Parge has really impressed me this year at the school's athletics events I've attended with his passion for our sport and his commitment to develop us as officials and teachers and colleagues. I think sometimes the relationship between school teachers and officials can be somewhat autocratic in nature, but Parge is not afraid to give up the clipboard, and he will support colleagues in their roles. He will encourage us to try a variety of roles, different experiences, and he will offer support in that and give us feedback that is constructive so that we can develop our subject knowledge. On a personal level, Parge has encouraged me to seek out further opportunities to gain this knowledge and is always supportive in that. I think Parge has a passion for our sport, and in doing so is developing a whole generation of new officials that are also passionate about providing further opportunities and experiences for our young people. So thank you very much, Parge.
So Dave is just super amazing as an official. He does so much work for the county of Warwickshire and for his club in Leamington. I remember meeting Dave when I was about 10 as a young athlete myself, and going over to theirs for a Super 4 competition, and he was so kind and so supportive and so friendly, as most of the officials nowadays are, and he was so welcoming, and I've obviously watched him grow and he's watched me grow as an official as well over the last kind of 12 years, and he's been there every step of the way, making sure that I know exactly what I'm doing, being extremely supportive of me and the progress that I'm making. He puts in so much time into the sport, so much time into other officials, making sure that we're all the best we can be, and I genuinely believe that we would be almost lost without Dave as an official. I think the county wouldn't run as well as it does because he just puts so much time into it, and it's really noticed.
Dave, like so many of us, was drawn into the sport and officiating to help support his own children in their competitions many years ago. Since then, he's steadily risen through the ranks, and he got his level 4 a couple of years ago. So, why inspiring? Well, Dave has helped so many officials at his home club and around the Midlands, just in so many different aspects of officiating, sharing his own journey with them. He's mentored a lot of officials as well, and also been there helping out with new technology, setting up the new long jump cameras. He's run EDM courses at Leamington and helped Leamington basically ensure that a lot of their meetings are fully manned with a number of the new officials that are coming through. He's also very capable off the track when it comes to technology, helping a number of people put together duty sheets, which is a challenging aspect to some people when relatively new to field refereeing. A very worthy contender, and best of luck, Dave.
We've just heard about what makes Yasmin, Parge and David amazing. They've got one further test yet. They've got to survive a Q&A with Margaret, but can you give a massive round of applause to all three of them?
In front of the red screen. Listening to all that fantastic information totally destroyed my first question, which was going to be, how did you get started as an official?
Well, for me, it was I turned up at the track. There was nobody to start any races. It was chaos. And I don't do the field. I've already said that. Sharp, pointy sticks and things coming at you. So I offered to go across and try and take some control of the track. And that's kind of where I ended up. But I just wanted to say, I mean, that this year, Padge and I think, Probably talk more than he talks to his wife. We've been on the phone at 2 a.m. in the morning trying to sort county champs, county schools. And it's not actually the officiating that we do on the day. It's actually what goes in behind getting everybody there safe and sound. And it's just been such a busy, fantastic year that being here tonight is just amazing. Yeah.
So yours was not the traditional route of you followed your children?
No.
Which is how... Dave?
Yeah, pretty much literally followed my child. Just, Mary got Lauren onto the officiating course, and I thought, well, I've got to take her there, I might as well do it myself. And yeah, it just went from there. So I carried on, obviously doing the YDLs, and it sort of then into the counties, and a little bit more than that, the regionals, and Mary was pushing me along all the time. So it's partly following your kids, and then partly having a great mentor to push you along as well. So yeah, that's got
You're passing that mentoring on?
I'm hoping I am, yes. Yeah, I've got a few people.
Paj?
Yeah, athletics probably was my first love as a sport. And looking at this Herculean body you may see in front of you right now, it was never always like this. So was a high jumper, was a London School javelin champion, all for Lauren, and and sprinting as well. And then as I got older, I started to move into basketball because of the jumping ability. Then went up to second division, and because of my son who was here, my +1. He wanted to go into athletics, and because of that I was always on the sideline at school comps, at club comps. Oh, do you mind just doing, can you just do, and so I found myself just doing more and more, and someone just said, tapped me on the shoulder, do you know what, you should just do this and become an official, because you do more of the events than most. So, and that was my journey. So I followed the traditional route, I suppose, following your child. Yeah.
Familiar story to most of us. While I'm at this side, I'll work backwards now. So the next one is, what made you continue to be an official?
Yeah,
you get in there first. What held you?
Yeah, so it's really about the grassroots for me, and it was really nice hearing some of those kind words. I was said earlier, I kind of feel like a fraud because there is an army full of officials that do tremendous work across our region, all the regions across England and the UK, and everybody deserves an award of some description. So I did it because of the grassroots and supporting athletes. Without our support, I think it's hard for the sport to continue, really. And when it's nice to see them coming through, building that foundation and seeing athletes come through to the highest level is really good.
And you, Dave?
Yeah, a number of factors, I think, for me. One, the fact, the kids were doing it and I was there. Also, when you're working with your fellow officials, you hear so many anecdotes and stories about things from other meetings. You're inspired to carry on. And also a personal goal to reach level 4 field official, which was one of mine. Set sort of by me, set sort of by Mary again. And there's that want to perhaps officiate at a higher level. And people say, well, why do you want to do that? It's all the stress of that. But to be quite honest, at the national level meetings and beyond, I think I'm quite comfortable. I'm really enjoying them. And yeah, I want to take that a lot further, get more experience, because I think just reaching level 4 for the last couple of years, I'm still learning a hell of a lot. So yeah, that's why I'm carrying on.
And you, sorry, Yaz. Yaz.
Yeah, I think one of the big things for me in the last 3 years has been our mentoring and bringing new officials into the sport. So I don't do that on my own. It was born out of a conversation with the gentleman you saw, Kenny, there. We were on a road trip down south, a 4.5-hour trip in the worst weather. And I said, you know what we should do? We should go into colleges. We should tap into the Duke of Edinburgh students that need volunteering for their Duke of Edinburgh. And we should try and get people as fanatical about it as we are. And Stuart's been part of that. Kenny, we've got Andrew Hoss, there's so many of us, and that's what keeps me in it, is seeing people come and go, wow, this is actually quite an interesting thing to do. I'll come at the weekend. And not all of them are athletes. I never went to a track. Maybe I shouldn't admit that. And it's bringing people in to do something, and the camaraderie. After COVID, a lot of people, young people, middle-aged people, old people, they were lonely. And they're finding that they're doing this now, and they've got good friends, they're supported, and they're having a good day out.
Indeed. She's always the wrecker.
Yeah.
Final question for each of you. What do you consider the pinnacle of your officiating journey so far, and what are you aspiring to? They said I'd make it difficult for you.
Well, there are some times where you go to start a race and you kind of look at a face and you think, or yesterday, 3 or 4 faces that may have been on the telly last week in Paris, and your heart's going. And I think just starting that and thinking, yeah, that was a good start. Yeah, that's for me.
Brilliant. I surprise Yaz with that. You two have had time to think about your response now. So,
at the moment, I think for me right now, it was earlier this season, and I know as officials we're supposed to be very professional once we're on the roll, on site with the athletes. But when Molly Caudry was going for that British wet record at Manchester, I was sort of, when she just missed it, I probably should have just put the flag up and just kept a straight face. But you're in the moment there, and I felt that was really good, but just missed out.
Yeah.
So that for me was a good.
That's a side of us that doesn't often get acknowledged, is our empathy we have with the athletes that we are judging, timing, whatever we're doing. We do feel that with them. We sometimes get a bad press, sadly, but I'm glad you brought that side of what we do out. Now, you've had even longer time to think about this.
I haven't got the answers there, but I mean, I think the pinnacle for me, it's a continuation. You know, when I get athletes who I've seen as kids going to adults and sometimes competing in British champions, and as they walk past, grab you and give you a hug. Oh, Padge, come here. And you know there's a recognition that they really appreciate what you do, and it doesn't have to be national athletes. It is youngsters right through the ranks. So for me, it's they recognise that the efforts we put in, and they're very thankful, and we're very happy to help.
Brilliant. Well done, all of you. Well-deserved awards. Thank you.
Another one with your dad, Kieran.
Okay, we're running slightly behind time, so get off. Where are we? We're on to services to athletics and running. David's going to come and join us again to do the question and answer, and whatever else. This category recognises long-term outstanding service to the sport from an individual or group of individuals. To be eligible, this award celebrates volunteers who have been involved for a minimum of 15 years, have had a huge impact on running, athletics, clubs and the local community. If it's multiple winners, a key focus of the awards was to recognise achievement of long-standing volunteers and in the services to athletics and the running category. We wanted to recognise the longevity of individuals who have shown an outstanding commitment to our sport, rather than focusing on a winner and a runner-up. We want to explore the achievements of multiple volunteers who have been fantastic servants to our sport, and the panel highlighted 3 outstanding individuals who are our joint winners. 2 individuals were identified in our services to athletics and running category. Our first winner has been volunteering at Royal Sutton Athletics Club for around 50 years. He coaches middle distance, javelin and cross country, turned up week after week for training and competitions. He's also an EA official. He's described as an inspiration by his club mates. Our second winner is a member of Oswestry Olympians. He has spent over 25 years volunteering many roles within the club, and these include treasurer, press officer and parent rep. He is currently the club chairman and also fills the roles of website manager and head coach of the seniors. He recently qualified as a track judge and has been a volunteer field official for many years. We have a short video.
Last year we introduced the Olympics to try and bring the club together. Dave obviously coaches both the juniors and the seniors, and we felt that there was quite a gap in the club, and so he was looking for ideas as to how we could join both the juniors and seniors together. So Mum and I organised the Oswestry Olympian Olympics with Dave's backing and support.
Yeah, I mean, Dave's the sort of person who
You just feel like the club, he's like the total backbone of the club. You know, lots of people obviously do lots of things in different voluntary roles, but you somehow feel that without Dave there as this kind of presence throughout the whole club, somehow it would all just sort of fall to bits, and those other volunteers would kind of, you know, it wouldn't fall away completely, but we just wouldn't be anywhere near as organised as we are with Dave's presence. So, you know, he's an essential part of Oswestry Olympians being what they are, a really great inclusive club, growing all the time, and doing some great new things. So we couldn't do without him.
I'm Mary, and I'm currently Membership Secretary of the Oswestry Olympians, and I'm well supported in that role by Dave in his role as Chair of the club. I think Dave's main achievement while he's been Chair has been bringing the junior and senior sections of the club together. We now have a joint newsletter every week which tells us all about what's happening in the other sections, and it really makes it feel much more like one big club.
I'm Ian Watkins. Most people know me as Doze. I've been a member of the club for well over 20 years, and in that time I've known Dave. Always been a member, but has always been involved with the committee. Performed various functions within the committee, and at the moment as chairman. He's calm, unflappable, always gives people a chance to give their opinion, respects them, supportive, and he always remembers to thank everyone.
I do. I'm one of the event directors for Henleywood Park Run, and Dave regularly comes along and volunteers and all runs and takes part in it.
Like a lot of the fantastic volunteers here tonight, Brian Higson has dedicated his life to athletics and helping young people. Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Fridays, Sundays, Brian's out supporting the students, doing training sessions, and also, of course, at weekends, attending the events and the competitions for Royal Sutton Coldfield Athletics Club. And I suppose that could be said for a lot of tonight's volunteers, that they give a lot of their time. However, Brian goes above and beyond. Literally and metaphorically, he's a mentor. He acts as a grandfather figure to a lot of the younger athletes, and actually goes so far as GCSE and A levels in chemistry, which is his specialism, free of charge to help him through those difficult years. And in addition to that, Brian, at his own expense, has trained himself in physiotherapy so that he can treat the young athletes free of charge, of course, when they have sporting injuries. And for this reason, I think he fully deserves the nomination of an outstanding volunteer in athletics.
So can we have Dave and Brian to come forward, please? And Dave, you'll get to take over.
Just grab my notes. No, I'm not Dave. I know. Yeah, I've just been told. So well done both. On behalf of Dave. I'll start with you then, Brian. Obviously, 50 years in the sport, hell of a long time.
Well, coaching-wise, it's actually 34 years, 1990 onwards.
Right, okay, and the rest of it is?
Can't remember.
So it says on my notes I've been reading, you're a endurance and a javelin coach.
Correct.
Favourite?
Neither. No. I enjoy both.
Yeah. What would motivate you to keep going then?
I don't know. I'm retired now, so it gives me something to do, you know? Simple as that.
I was going to say similar questions to Dave, John, but I guess I'll... I don't know if you want to say something on behalf of Dave?
Yes, Dave's unfortunately he's on holiday. He fitted his holiday in between the end of the track and field season and before the cross-country season. But I wrote his nomination, so everything that's in the citation I can guarantee is true. And when I was asked to get some videos together for tonight, I had no problem at all going around the club. Everybody wanted to contribute, and I had to stop them because you'd have had about an hour of video otherwise with good comments about Dave.
Thanks, John. Brian, obviously, with the 50 years...
34.
I'm going to go with the 50 that I've got on my sheet, because it works better. Have you got any wise words for the future of athletics?
Well, in my case, my priority, I mean, some of my athletes achieve things. They win medals, they win championships, but that's not important to me. What's important to me is what they do afterwards. It's taking them through the stages. You're talking about school, GCSE, A-level, university if they go there, and so on, and career. So my priority really is to engineer them through those different phases. And I'm very pleased to say that some of them have done very well. You know, some of them are doctors and physicians and physiotherapists. In fact, one of my ex-athletes is a physiotherapist. She came round to sort out my back the other day, so that was very nice of her. So that's really, I think, is the main focus of my priority, is getting them through the stages of life so that they are successful and fit later.
Yep, absolutely. One other question I've got for you as well, which is on the notes that I've just read. I hear you're a bit of a grocer as well. Care to elaborate?
Talking to me?
Yep.
A grocer?
Apparently, somebody has memories of tomatoes and cucumbers that you grow.
I see. Yes, if they train well, because I've got a greenhouse at home, if they train well, they'll get a free cucumber. If they come second in a race on the track, they get a tomato.
Thanks, yeah, great incentive. John, is there anything else you want to add about Dave?
I hope you're having if you're watching this in your holiday destination, Dave, I hope you're having a nice holiday. I think probably one example of Dave is we don't have a track in Oswestry, but some or other clubs kept going. We have got hills, so cross-country is one of our fortes. Dave will work beforehand, negotiates with the local school whose field we use. He sees the farmer, because we use a field at the far end to get a little bit more mud into the course. Next day, the following morning, and probably the night before he's setting the course up, nips home, gets changed, he will compete for the club, and then at the end, it's Dave who's putting everything away in the container. That's, I think, a good measure of what Dave does for the club.
Thanks, John, and thank you both, and well done. I'll just get your award. Oh.
Okay, so that brings to an end our formal awards for tonight. But we at England Athletics, we had one last little surprise for everyone. We wanted to roll out our Room to Reward winner. For those of you who aren't aware of Room to Reward, they're a unique charity and they provide free hotel breaks for amazing volunteers. To learn a little bit about Room to Reward, Danny is going to play a short video now.
Room to Reward is a unique charity created to say thank you to volunteers in the form of a short break. Our hotel partners, located all over the UK, donate breaks in their unsold rooms. Charities, community groups, grassroots sports clubs, and any organisation that rely on volunteers to do what they do, nominate some of those volunteers for a well-earned break, and we make it happen. It's about giving those who give up so much time to help others the opportunity to take some time back for themselves. We are delighted to be supporting the England Athletics Volunteer Awards. It's amazing to see and hear and read about the incredible impact that all your volunteering efforts make. And we look forward to arranging some special experiences and well-earned breaks thanks to our wonderful hotel partners.
So it's scores on the doors time, isn't it? Yeah, across all of our 9 regional volunteer events, there will be one deserving winner of this. The regional council, the panel that assessed, it was pretty hard, as you've heard, about some amazing stories. But there was one which stood out because we think this girl's got an amazing future ahead of her. She's making a huge difference. So congratulations, Kate Hotchkiss. Please come on up and receive your hotel. Are you happy to say a word? I'll keep this brief because I expect you're pretty mad at me right now. But I suppose the first thing, you've had quite the evening, haven't you?
Yeah, very much so. I didn't know this was happening.
Well, congratulations. We're really excited at England Athletics about everything you're doing, and if you want us to provide any further opportunities around officiating or anything like that, we seem to have a bit of expertise in this room, so I'm sure we can make that happen. So one last question before we finish this evening. You're a young volunteer making a massive difference. We want more clubs to get young volunteers in to make a massive difference. What are the key things that a club can do to provide a great experience for perhaps a young volunteer like yourself?
I say just go get stuck in with it. You don't know what's happened, so just try it and you never know what will happen.
Fantastic. Well, look, can you put a massive round of applause to our winner, Kate? Congratulations. So we're going to bring our awards to a close tonight. I'm going to let Stuart say a final few words, but before you leave, there are two things I need from all of you. One, share any of your pictures using the England Athletics social channels. And the other thing is our EA photographer, Amy at the back, needs to have a picture of you up here with your trophies before you leave. Stuart, do you want to say a few final words before we finish this evening?
Will do. Okay, thank you all for coming. And thank you to our people watching on YouTube or whatever else. Can we all turn to the camera and wave at the people who've been at home? Okay, and say goodbye to them. Yes, and hopefully that's a wrap. Yes? Are we off camera? Great. A couple of things before we go. Well done, Kate, for winning that award. Got a hotel room to go away. Now, we've got a father and an older brother here.